let's jump into it. Like your ear is right on the ground, and now everybody's on vacation, so everyone's gone underground. But your ear to the ground, hearing about what Jim Harbaugh's done in his first 2 months as the HC of the LAC is what?
I would say 100% buy-in, which was to me the most important thing they had to accomplish this offseason. It wasn't about learning a new offense or defense. It wasn't about integrating, rookies and free agents. To me, it was about whether all the veterans in the core that they still have on this team, if they bought into the vision and the plan of Jim Harbaugh. And everything that I've been told is that it's not like begrudgingly being pulled along. It's like they are excited about it. They're all in with it. They all got their certificates, Rich, saying that they made it through the offseason program signed by the head coach. And they're in. So that to me is the most important factor. Now, roster wise, I mean, there's still some things, some areas that they need to, continue to add over the next couple of years. But I do think you are going to see a much more physical team. I think you're going to see a lot of buy-in. And I think with Minner and that defense, I think there's talent up front. And I think the sum is going to be greater than the overall parts just by how hard they play.
All right. So I've got to follow up. Did he really give actual certificates to players signifying that they were done with the spring off-season workout program? DJ?
Yeah, I saw it. I saw that one posted, I believe, on Instagram. I don't know if it was Derwin or somebody showed their certificate that said, congratulations. Like you'd get something if you finished preschool signed by the teacher. It was signed by Jim Harbaugh on the certificate. Is that not incredible?
Well, I mean, it's a very Jim thing to do. I mean, and you're saying there's no eye rolling, there's no nothing.
No, that's what I was curious about. I was going to say, okay, you got a lot of these guys have been a decade in the league and established star players, and everything I got was attendance was outstanding, and the buy-in. They do things at the end of practice every day, conditioning wise. They're kind of like their overtime period where they're pulling weight and pulling sleds and things, and of course Jim's hopping right in there with them doing it, and everything I got was no, they trust in him, they believe in him, and there's total buy-in.
So then I guess the follow-up question for you, Daniel Jeremiah, is the question that I think I'm hearing the most from everybody in regards to the Chargers. It's but who's going to catch the ball? Who is Justin Herbert going to throw to? What is this offense going to look like? I give the floor to you on that one.
Well, I think it's going to be a collection of guys. So I do think Josh Palmer, when he's been out there on the field and when they've missed, Keenan Allen and Mike Williams, who those guys have been unbelievable players, but they've missed some time over the years. Josh did a really good job of stepping in there and playing well and really established himself as their third guy who was having to play that one or two role for a good chunk of his early career. So I think he's going to be a really solid player. Ladd McConkey, the rookie second-round pick, was a first-round talent in a loaded wide receiver draft. Returns have been really good on him. Getting him in the mix. And look, it's the offseason. Everybody's gonna hear about players that maybe didn't play as well last year. That hey, the lights come on. They've flipped the switch. You're seeing that growth. But you are hearing those stories about Quentin Johnston, that he's got some confidence back. Their first-round pick from TCU from the prior year, who had a couple drops last year. So you've got those three. Then you've got the tight ends. Hayden Hurst, a good player who the coaching staff is familiar with. That's one of the things that's fascinating when you have the connection to Baltimore that they do. Obviously, you know about Jim and John, but Greg Roman coming from there, and you bring in guys who have experience in that program, which is going to be very similar here. Hayden Hurst being one of those guys, obviously the backfield with Gus Edwards and J.K. Dobbins, that makes that adjustment a lot more smooth for those guys.
Well, I've got Austin Eckler on Tuesday's program, DJ, and I know he recently said one of the reasons why he's no longer with the Chargers is that the Chargers want someone to carry the ball 300 times. I mean, and I don't know if he's exaggerating, if he really was told something similar, or he's just giving a glimpse of what they're going to do with Gus Edwards and J.K. Dobbins and the rest of that running back room.
Yeah, Kamani Vidal as well, the rookie that they took, who, by the way, every time his name pops in my head, I think of Vidal Sassoon. Yes. I don't even know if that's still a thing. Is that still a product that exists?
Would you care to Google that?
Obviously, I'm probably asking the wrong guy on that one.
And I just asked another bald man to Google whether Vidal Sassoon.
We don't look good.
Understood. Do me a favor. Google.
Is Vidal Sassoon still
just
a thing?
Google it, and then at the same time, check out to see if there's any Jordache jeans for sale as well, if you don't mind, DJ. wants to know.
Yeah,
please.
Strong position in the Chinese market, Vidal Sassoon.
There you go.
There you go.
Yeah.
Still going.
It's still going strong.
Yep.
So then,
That's fantastic. That's fantastic. No, but I think Austin, I don't think he's telling anything anything out of school there. I don't think there's anything that he's misrepresenting. I think that's probably right. They wanted, maybe some more physical, bigger backs. And Austin, who's been as productive as anyone at his position, really since he's been in the league, does it in a little different way. He does it in catching the ball out of the backfield. He can do a lot of damage in 10 to 15 touches, whereas they want to commit to the run game. They're going to be running downhill a lot. So, a pounding back. If you go back and look at Jim's history, for the guys he had at Stanford, you look at how they ran it. His favorite player, he's always said, was Frank Gore there with the Niners. And now you go to Michigan, and that's just the style that they play. So I think you'll see that with the backs that they have. And then they got to find somebody they can throw the ball to out of the backfield a little bit. And maybe that's Vidal Sassoon there on third down.
catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.